Most people who visit Sri Lanka's south go to Gala Fort, Marisa, or Yala. Almost nobody comes here, a rock that rises 205 meters from the jungle floor. 7 cave temples carved into its face. And a discovery made inside one of those caves that changed how the entire world understood ancient Sri Lankan history. I am Santosh Rupert. This is Mulkirigala, and it is the most underrated ancient site in the south of Sri Lanka. Mulkirigala Raja Maha Vihara is believed to date back to the 3rd century BCE. It was significantly expanded in the 2nd century BCE by King Kavantissa as one of 64 royal viharas he constructed. Over the following centuries, multiple Sri Lankan kings added to it. King Dutugemunu, King Parakramabahu the Great, King Valagamba, and eventually King Kirti Sri Rajasinghe in the Kandyan period, who restored it after centuries of neglect. Locals refer to it as Panchi Sigiriya, Little Sigiriya. The climb requires 533 steps across 5 terraced levels. There are no cable cars, no shortcuts. Just the steps, the jungle, and the sound of the wind by the time you reach the top. The cave temples are what make Mulkirigala extraordinary. 7 caves spread across 5 levels, each containing reclining Buddha statues, seated figures, and wall paintings that have survived for centuries in this sheltered rock environment. The paintings in the caves come from 3 different periods. The oldest, faded ochre-colored originals from the 18th century Kandyan period, with later layers added during the colonial era, all in the traditional Kandyan style. What strikes you inside these caves is not just the age, it is the silence. There are no crowds here. You will share these cave temples with only a handful of pilgrims and the resident monks who maintain this sacred space. That silence in a cave that has held continuous religious practice for over 2,000 years is something no photograph can prepare you for. There is one more reason Mulkirigala matters beyond its beauty. In 1826, British colonial officer George Turnauer discovered ancient Pali manuscripts here. Commentaries on the Mahavamsa, Sri Lanka's great historical chronicle. This discovery helped scholars decode the Mahavamsa and revolutionized understanding of early Buddhist history and Sri Lankan civilization. It is called Sri Lanka's Rosetta Stone. It was found not in Colombo, not in Kandy, but in a quiet monastery library carved into a rock in the southern jungle. At the top, a white stupa marks the summit, and from here the view opens over unbroken jungle canopy, stretching in every direction. Coconut palms, paddy fields, and the faint blue line of the Indian Ocean on the southern horizon. My wife and I stood here for longer than we planned. That happens at places like this. The temple is open daily from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. It is 16 kilometers north of Tangalle, about a 30-minute tuk-tuk ride. Dress modestly. Cover your knees and shoulders, and remove your shoes before entering any cave. Give yourself at least 2 hours for the full climb and the caves. I am Santosh Rupert. If you found Mulkirigala through this video, subscribe. I share Sri Lanka hidden gems every month that most travel guides completely miss. And tell me in the comments, had you heard of Mulkirigala before today? I read every reply.